My biggest concern with Ordinance 4-2016 as it has been drafted is the back to the future effect. I turn to page 15, and those of you at home who are following along, those of you in the audience who have this, if you look at page 15 at the first clause, there is a statement here: waivers of coverage are effective May 6th, 2008. That's a date 8 years ago. Okay? My goal is to fix this problem going forward. And I have sent a very specific memorandum to Mr. Rupp asking that date be removed, and that under Section 2, clauses A and B, which basically retroactively legalize payments that were made in excess of $5,000, also be removed from this ordinance. And with that removal...
Sorry, can you just repeat that last part?
Sure.
I didn't understand.
Turn to page 15.
Yeah. It goes back to
May 6, 2008. It also refers to the cutoff date, whether it's filed before May 21st, 2010 or not, which is the cutoff of when the 50% was eliminated. Let's make this, whether it's $5,000 or $4,000 or $3,292. I don't know where the bidding was at with between Councilman Schwartz and Castle, but let's pick a number, let's move forward, and let's fix this. And I agree with Dr.
So
Pruitt that
your
we're going to
magic
move ahead.
wand, just so your magic wand to fix it, we don't have to talk about the number yet. There's a wording in here.
There's wording regarding retroactivity that I think is...
That's the only concern you have?
Correct. And other than
Mr.
that...
Rupp, can you explain to us why that wording is there, and can we remove it?
On an ordinance, you can virtually do anything you want to do, okay? 4 council people could, you know...
The answer is...
But having said that, the reason why that was in there, right? The purpose... There are 3, I guess, unarguable facts.
Is there any objection to removing it? Like that's the question I guess I'm asking. Like Councilman Sohn has the wand and he wants to remove it. From legal, is there any objection to removing it? Because I don't see there's an objection from my side, but I mean from...
The point of including that was to essentially...
Right or wrong?
Well, to reflect that which has occurred for the last 8 years. Okay?
Right or wrong?
Well, that issue, right and wrong, I guess reasonable minds can differ.
Clarify.
There was some issue, for example, I don't think Mr. Cronick, right, gave the opinion that Mr. Casso had applied. The act of the legislature in permitting municipalities to grant incentive payments in consideration for waivers begins with the phrase, notwithstanding any other law to the contrary. The health benefits statute itself provides that municipalities take advantage of its provision for the adoption of a resolution. I suspect that's what happened in 2008, that there was a resolution pursuant to the statute, which took advantage of the payment in consideration for the waivers.
So you don't
I do
object?
not believe that's illegal.
Right. So you
Since
don't,
we're considering an ordinance, this ordinance was intended to reflect what the, all but one, because the one council recused them, or abstained, I believe, or recused themselves, but the rest of the council in 2008 was unanimous in taking advantage of a statute that was designed to save municipalities money by removing people from the receipt of health care benefits, right? And to provide a lower cost in terms of making payments for that.
I'm sorry, one second. I'm sorry, Mr. Gruber. Can you take your conversation outside or just hold off till after Mr. Rupp speaks? All right, thank you. Yeah.
So, I do not believe the council acted illegally.
So, just,
And I might add, and when we're talking about,
can we remove it? Councilman Sol wants to remove it, all right?
As is Councilman Castle.
And Councilman Castle. Is there any objection? Give us the guidance, the yes, we
No.
can move forward with it removed?
by removing it, you're essentially leaving in limbo everything that has occurred prior.
Okay, but it happened, and now we want to fix it and move forward. Okay, so, council, you're okay with removing it?
I strongly concur.
I'm okay with removing, although it's hard for us to be not looking at the same page. If we can go forward from where we are, we can't go back. We've got to go forward
fine.
from where we are.
Well, I'm not quite sure that the entire council is of the same mind as that, and that's one of the issues.
Well, the ones who are here, can we?
Okay,
Okay,
so
my
we're
point
all,
is, for example, we hear a lot,
Ms.
probably, let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Because otherwise, we're not gonna understand, I wanna make sure you understand. We hear a lot about illegal payments. okay?
Right.
Well, illegal has certain legal significance with that term, right? What they really mean, I guess, is unauthorized payments, right? It's not the same thing. Illegal is when you run a red light, okay? Unauthorized is if you get too much change back from your cup of coffee. The argument about recouping, right? And people talk about illegal or unauthorized payments. There is the group of payments that were made contrary to the local finance notice, where I think there's a general consensus that those payments were unauthorized.
fine, but there
Then
may be,
there is the other issue about, well, anyone who received any waivers
okay, but,
from 2008 on should have those taken away. That's another issue.
okay, but I think,
And that's why those provisions are in there.
but I think it could be
Clarify
separated,
that.
because there may be some council members that want to go back and try to recoup.
And that's why I mentioned it.
Okay.
But I'm not quite sure everyone is on the same page on that.
All right, but I don't
Maybe
think
you
that's what we should
understand
discuss tonight, because as it is tonight, we can decide to go back and recoup if we wanted to, because we don't have this yet. So the question is, are there 4 people that are willing to take out that clause per Councilman Son's request? It's just a yes or a no.
Let me,
Yes.
let's
Yes,
hear what
okay.
it is.
He
What
just-
is
he
it
just
that
said
we're taking out?
He just said it's not.
Turn to page 15 in the agenda packet.
Okay, now-
And it removes in section E1, the date effective May 6, 2008, and it removes clauses A and B under section E2. Which reference how payments were made either before May 21st, 2010, or after May 21st, 2010.
Okay.
It just eliminates those
He's saying
two.
started from today.
It's
Can I
today
just-
and going forward.
can I
We're
just
not
be-
at the enchantment under the sea dance where we need to fix, the past before we go to the
Correct,
future.
correct, I agree.
Let's move forward.
We all
Let's
agree.
fix this. I think that Mr. Cronick's brief
one-
is remarkably helpful as to what we may be able to do for the past, but let's fix going forward and then
Fine.
do that.
I agree, and I just want to make sure that we're clear, that my purpose of sitting here trying to bridge the gap between everybody here is because I want to make sure that we have a unanimous yes, right? So if you don't feel comfortable, now's the time, not, don't surprise us during the vote. I want to make sure that we're compromising on what makes you feel comfortable to vote for this, so we can start saving more money for the taxpayers.
And
All right, so
Mr. Cash, just one,
any other words you want to take out of this?
just one other word, and it's just to answer a question for Councilman Sone. I have it on very good authority that in Inglewood, it's $2,000.
That's another question.
So he said, there was a number, I'm sorry. You know what, you would think by now,
Let's debate the number.
All right, we'll get
Councilman
to the number, but is there any other words that you would add or take away in order to make yourself feel comfortable, other than the number?
no, we've got to get rid of the
You're-
Back to the Future. clause.
Okay,
Got to get rid of
Back to the Future is gone.
All right.
Any other words you would
I
add?
just want to make sure I understand exactly what's happening.
We're not going back,
No, stay with me.
we're talking from
Let me
future.
I gotta speak.
Go ahead.
So Alan is saying, starting from today or whenever we pass this, forward, we're not going back, that I'm in favor of.
Correct. Councilman Schwartz, is there any other words that you want to add or change in order to be comfortable to support this? Okay, Councilman Sone, any other words you want to add or change? Okay, let's talk number.
Now you can talk now.
Okay.